You started your own AI MMA training app?
Then, the OpenAI, ChatGPT, AI stuff started popping off. And I was like, dude, we started 4 months early. This was perfect timing. There's gonna be one day that there's gonna be someone who started on Kayyo and they end up in the UFC. I think there's gonna be a big explosion in the influencer MMA scene. This is sick.
Yeah, it's authentic.
Yo, I thought you were a YouTuber, what's this? Just wondering if I could borrow 8K for a day.
Are you able to say how much you guys have raised?
We raise a little under. The end goal for Kayyo is to become...
This is it. What's up, dude?
Chilling, man. How are you?
Good, pretty good. Who are we with?
We are with Labib Yasir.
And where are we at?
We are at the Nubia stockroom, OC's crown jewel.
Yeah. So this is actually a back room. We got a bunch of inventory here. And we're here to chat it up because you're actually doing a lot of interesting things. But we've actually had a podcast before on Strange Flavors a few years ago.
Yes, sir.
And where was that at?
We were in a hotel or motel room in the middle of Pennsylvania during the Little League World Series for the MLB.
Yeah.
Rono Pono, shout out Faraz, Dower, Amber, Ahmed, Shimmer. Some of them drove up for about 2.5 hours. Yeah. Literally never met before. Yeah. To random guys at that point. Pretty random.
Yeah.
Hotel room, and we chopped it up for a while.
Yeah. No, it was so sick, how impromptu we did. So this was, I guess, another impromptu thing that we're doing.
This is literally the back stock room of a hookah lounge, and I feel like I've teleported to Pakistan right now.
Yeah.
When I walked in, yeah, literally, exactly. Yeah.
Like but the only reason I also wanted to interview you is because you've done a lot of shit in the past year, 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. Yeah.
But you started your own AI MMA training app.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Is that 100% spot on?
Yeah. I guess the one-liner for it. It's a personal AI MMA trainer.
Okay.
We're starting with MMA. That's our wedge. If you guys seen the previous interview from way back then, been doing mixed martial arts for quite a while now, both in competing, running brands within it, working with different fighters and athletes and, people within the space. So just a natural progression. Honestly, it came to be because I was actually working on a brand prior to this, before the startup, that was essentially launched 1 month before our road trip.
Wow. And what was that product?
So that brand was called Power Punch Pro. Super interesting name. I just was all right, the sound alliteration will come together. It was essentially a exoskeleton with the resistance bands, 25 pounds each on each limb.
Like an Iron Man type?
Yeah, essentially. This exoskeleton. Yeah. And what it would do is help fighters train more efficiently with more resistance on their punches or kicks.
Is it how Muhammad Ali, he would be in the water punching? Is it that?
Yeah, so it's resistance, around the body, but on a suit. We started selling those. Literally my first e-commerce Black Friday was in the car with you guys when we were in Tennessee.
I remember that. You were on your laptop.
Yeah, and I was yo, what is happening? It's my first time happening, yeah. So we did that. I did that for about 2 or so years. And what really happened was the last 6 months to a year of the company, most of the requests that were coming in for that product, because a lot of normal people started buying, was hey, I love this equipment, but my actual problem is not making my training harder. I don't even know what to do. So I was wait, looks like people are asking what gyms I should go to. How do I do this? I shot a basic 10-minute video with my coaches, unlisted video on YouTube, paired it with the actual equipment, and our conversion rate for sale was quadruple that same day.
Oh, wow.
I was dude, this is the main pain point. And then long story short, getting Imran to come on as co-founder for Kayyo, realizing that hardware wasn't the best technical stack, doing AI. So all that happened from that brand. Wow. Realized this is the big picture we should go after.
And so then what is this AI MMA trainer called?
So right now, it's not right now. We are called Kayyo.
Yeah.
The name came about on a drive from Irvine. I was with the family.
Yeah.
And it was all right, we actually wanted to use the name Power Punch for this too, just adopt it and keep going forward. But it was confusing. It was Power Punch is just punching, and it's just boxing, whatever. And And I thought to myself, like, what really encompasses like MMA, right?
Yeah. So Kayyo essentially means like knockout.
Yeah, knockout, right? It's Kayyo, because who doesn't love a knockout?
Yeah, yeah. But it's spelled differently.
Yeah,
right?
spelled differently. You know, chaos can happen with like your feet, your knees, your elbows, your hands. It's all of MMA. You can like choke someone out, they're knocked out too. And the other reason why I thought to name it KO was because when you watch a boxing fight or a UFC fight, they always say stuff like, "Wow, what a KO! Sick KO from last night." So like we're already embedded into psychology. So I was like, "Hey, this would be a cool name."
So why, instead of like you said, recording videos to train people, why'd you go with AI training for MMA?
So within technology, I think there needs to be a difference between a standard normal workout video you'd watch on YouTube or like, you know, a DVD or P90X, right?
Yeah.
And this. And the main thing that really, I think, lacks or stops a good user experience is the feedback loop. The reason why gaming is so fun and exciting is there's consistent feedback loops where you know you're doing well, you're progressing, you're losing, you're dying, or whatever. With just a DVD, you have no idea if you're doing it correctly, you're just watching.
Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to use AI to count reps, form correct, so you actually have a feedback loop with the instructor versus just watching the video.
Yeah, because like if I get Habib DVD,
Yeah.
like he can't be like, yo,
yeah, you're doing it wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
more push-ups.
Exactly. So now we're using the AI basically and our trainer's name is Kit. So that's how we humanize the platform KO.
Yeah.
And that person's like your best friend telling you, hey, shah-ameer, like, you know, let's fix those punches. Getting as intentional with notifications where we say like, hey, yesterday you actually had a boxing workout scheduled.
Yeah.
You missed it. No worries. I rescheduled it. Let's get it on today. So how can we scale like a super concierge boutique service that would be one-on-one personal training that takes like a lot of human like labor to like a really large mass with like artificial intelligence?
Do you think artificial intelligence right now is too early right now to do what you're accomplishing and you're just building that so eventually it gets to there? Or do you think it's capable now and you're just building that?
To be honest, I think we hit the perfect time.
Okay.
With so when we made the pivot over to like using just computer vision, machine learning, known as like AI, there was no buzz actually. This was back in April, May. This is when I was raising venture capital, and we were having a really tough time with hardware. Economy was coming down, shipping rates from China were still super high, manufacturing was expensive, and a lot of investors were like, "Hey, like we don't really see this becoming a venture scale idea. Like we don't see this becoming like a massive like $1 billion thing. Yeah, you might make like a couple million a year, cool lifestyle brand." But we don't see it going there. As I explored more and more in the market, I saw like, hey, you know, this might be a really good alternative. And all the tools literally lined themselves together and like we started using it. Then, you know, the OpenAI, ChatGPT, AI stuff started popping off. And I was like, dude, like we started like 4 months early. This was perfect timing. And we started having like investors fight over like, hey, like let me in the round, let me in the round. And it was just like, it was God's will, honestly.
That's dope. Do you see yourself using this platform to even better your training career? Because I know you fight.
Yeah, 100%. So like the training from the app is robust enough from beginners to experts alike.
Yeah.
The technology we use is basically applicable to any status of training. You input what you want to train, like a MMA, a boxing, kickboxing, grappling, wrestling. You let the AI know, hey, what's your expert level? And obviously, this is going to get a lot more robust too as we keep developing the app, and what equipment you have. And depending on your stage of what you can do, like we are going to help you progress there. So you can be a UFC fighter or a beginner and still get the same value. Something me and Imran talk about a lot is that there's going to be one day that there's going to be someone who started on KO and they end up in the UFC.
Wow.
That's a big goal of ours.
That's awesome. So speaking of UFC, how do you see yourself, KO, your platform, working with the UFC?
So I think we're actually going to help the UFC. I think we're going to actually help the entire MMA market by expanding it. So one of the toughest things, or let's flip it this way, one of the easiest ways to expand a market with any niche, it could be like the creator economy, Web3, all these buzzwords, is how do you create participants who become super fans, right? So the reason why like soccer is so big is you just need 2 sticks and a ball, and now you're a soccer player. To become an MMA fighter, there's so many obstacles where we have to pay for things, got a specific coach for each art, mats, partner, everything. You, from a mathematical standpoint, can't have as many fans because of the access. If we actually create that access, now we create a giant flywheel where now we're making the next million UFC fans because of our app.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also like there's people that know how to like train
Exactly.
everywhere in the world.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, now I have this app with me all the time that's only going to advance. I still believe in going to a gym and training for real with someone, obviously if you want to fight and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you just want to train, like if people start training and even knowing a little bit of it, next time they see the UFC, like, yo, bro, I do that.
Yeah,
I do that on Kayyo, bro. I'm a fighter, bro. I do that.
yeah.
It's like, it's very natural. Like, just look at the influencer boxing scene.
Yeah.
Where like one amateur fighter, and they're like, yo, I'm a YouTube boxer. Like, you don't have to really sell like the expertise to someone. You have to sell them the feeling.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you think MMA will go into a influencer type stage?
Yeah, so crazy enough, Logan Paul just signed that deal with Prime, becoming the official drink of Prime. Jake Paul signed the deal with the PFL, Professional Fighters League, one of like the top 5 MMA leagues in the country. A lot of like big investors behind it. And I think MMA is just a lot more exciting than most boxing fights. If you watch the KSI versus Pineda fight, every 3 seconds he's like, yo, the back of the head or ref, whatever.
Yeah.
KSI fighting Swarm's like, it's the guys running away. MMA, you don't have the option. Once a ref says go, if you're not poking the eye or hitting the balls, you're like, you got to fight no matter what.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like global reach, like there's so many countries that just have like facets of MMA already involved, like Asia karate, martial arts, Brazil jiu-jitsu, USA boxing, wrestling, Russia sambo. Like, I think there's gonna be a big explosion in the influencer MMA scene. You might actually do something soon with it too.
Ooh, let's go. How did you and your partner like even create this, and like how did you guys decide to like work together?
So, Imran, I met online like back in.
Who's also been on Strange Flavors.
Yeah. We met back in 2019 over like DMs.
You need to get something?
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah.
They need to get inventory.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're chilling. I mean, you're gonna edit this anyway. Yeah, we're good.
No, I'll leave it in too.
Oh shit, yeah, you're good.
But yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it's authentic.
That red label. Shy.
But yeah, as you were saying.
Back in. So, the way I met Imran, my co-founder, is basically through like TikTok.
Yeah.
So it was back in like 2019, and he just came up on my For You page, and I saw all his like brothers and sisters, the way he does all this stuff. And I started going through all of them. And I was like, dude, this guy's like really freaking funny, right?
Yeah.
And then like I was actually chilling with my girl, and I was like, dude, look at these. Like, this guy's funny. I was sending her and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, this guy's hilarious. Common habit of mine. Saw it where his Twitter was. Hit him in the DM. Said, yo, bro, like, this is dope. Keep it up. Like, don't mind the haters. Like, just keep this going.
Yeah.
He responded back saying, yo, like, thank you, appreciate it. We just kept chopping it up, and became friends that way. And then we just kept in touch over and over. And during this time, I was already working on my other brand, Power Punch, but I just never told anybody about it because I was just like, hey, let me like grind on this, and then once it does something, I'll let people know.
Yeah.
So he eventually like came to LA like a year later. Then I had an office then for Power Punch in Burbank.
Yeah.
And he pulled up. It was a pretty decent, nice office, and he's like, yo, I thought like you're like a YouTuber. Like, what's this?
Yeah.
Right? He's like, what's this? Right?
He's like, yo, this is legit.
And he's like, whoa. And then like my other boy was there, who's like does like marketing. The homies were there. And he just like noticed how I was like cooking. Like I was on calls, like
Let him cook.
I was cooking in the room. And then like he was like, yo, like what's this stuff? I showed him like our sales and stuff. He was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, just like kind of like, yeah. And then we just kept in touch. And then basically like 5 months after that, I was scaling Power Punch crazy hard to the point where I was draining my bank account every month. Because I was like, I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I had this weird addiction where like my numbers every day had to be higher.
Okay.
I was running that business.
Like what were you putting in, like for advertising or what?
Ads, influencers, more inventory. If shipping cost like 4x more for air freight, I would say we're paying for air freight because the customers need it, right?
Yeah.
I would pull up to LAX, customs, midnight, and clear a plane.
Wow.
During Ramadan to get our stuff in so customers didn't have to wait.
Yeah.
And there was like canine dogs around me and I'm declaring like 10,000 units.
You're working for TSA, like
They're literally, they're like telling me, yo, you declare there's like nothing wrong with this, like shit in there, right?
Yeah.
And it's some dude, my manufacturer from overseas, saying to me, bro could have dropped like a bag of Coke in there and I would have been done, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro, it's good to go. So I was doing that and I scaled way too hard to the point where it's like,
wait, how do you scale way too hard?
To the point where like, bro, I'm negative 8,000 on my statement every month.
Okay.
Just like balls to the wall. And so this moment happened during Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day, something. It was like whatever the one is in May.
Yeah.
Because of the bank holiday, our deposits are coming out a day later than our debits, right? And I'm like short like 8K, right?
Oh,
we have like a bunch of cash coming in, but it's like, just a day late.
Yeah.
Because I ran that shit like, bro, I ran like I had investors, even though it was just my own thing. And I was like, yo, Imran probably like, you know, make some good money off shit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I hit him, I was like, yo, bro, what's good? Just wondering like if I could borrow like 8K for a day.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean?
Oh shit.
Like he's like, wait, why? What happened, right? And I told him like, yo, I'm running this shit like insane, you know, like we scaled it up really high. And he was like, to be honest, bro, like I probably can't do that in a day, but like I'll help you find whatever. Ended up hitting my boys up, got to handle everything.
Damn, so he didn't help you.
I mean, dude, it was a big ass. It was a big ass. Like, yo, you got 8,000 on a Sunday. My boys, the United Nations, all pulled through with 2K each, no questions asked.
Okay,
chilling.
sick.
But then after that, he asked like, yo, what's up? And I was like, bro, I'm like running this like a venture scale company, but I don't have any VC money. I'm running it that way though. Yeah. So he's like, yo, like I was like, I was telling him I might want to raise money. He was like, tell me more about it. So basically, did like a 3-month recruiting process with him where I got him to like meet a bunch of my homies, do like small business things with him to see how he interacted, saw how he was as a human. We're very morally and ethically aligned, cool guy, and like just smart and like understood technology. And I was like, yo, like, what do you want to be like a part of this? And like, just kind of like, it's almost like courting, like you're dating someone, right? Yeah. It's like like being a co-founder of someone is like almost like marriage, 100%, to be honest. And then he was like, you know what, like I'm down, you know, I'm good to go. So he left Sacramento. He was working with like 5 pillars. And literally moved his whole life to do this,
Wow. So how many people do you have on your team right now?
So right now we are 6 full-time and 2 contractors,
Wow. And is that possible after getting funding?
Yes, it's possible after we raised our pre-seed round. It's possible. It's definitely possible too without raising money.
Yeah. Well, what's the funding process like for like? Because like nobody knows. Like is it
like?
Like,
bro, it's a fucking.
Does somebody just give you like a check?
So it's like a lot of like dating, courting, like you know, I'm working on a company, like I'll go grab coffee type stuff, and
it's just with like rich people, and they're just like
it's like funds. So it's like institutional funds. So they have big funds.
You can go through.
Yeah. This is so random.
Yeah. This is the best. I think you can keep going. This will
it's all good.
So,
there's like venture funds, family offices who have like really wealthy families. There is, what do you call, like angel investors. So basically you go out, get introed by other founders and see what you're doing. We actually started with an accelerator first. Okay. OnDeck's OD Accelerator. That was our first like check.
What exactly is that?
So it's like, if you heard like Y Combinator type thing, it's like a YC type thing.
Okay.
So we got into,
for somebody that doesn't know, like what?
So Y Combinator is like a startup school, right? Okay. So you get in with like a really basic idea with like maybe little to no traction.
Tinder for dogs, like
just like whatever you want, right? Like you know, it's crazy. Like Coinbase has coming out of there. Wow. Airbnb,
really,
Twitch, like all these companies have come out of those accelerators. Yeah. So we got in, grinded it out, learned from that traction, raised more money for our round, and then like that's kind of the whole process. It's a lot of meetings. That's just awesome. Pitching.
Are you able to say like how much you guys have raised, or?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. We raise a little under $1 million, like around 800K to $1 million.
Yeah. And how long does that funding last?
It all depends on your burn. So we've been like using that funding since like January 1st of like 2022. And we still have like another year or so. So yeah.
Okay. So what does that entail? Like salaries?
Salary, like basically most of it's payroll. Payroll. Then it's like we don't really spend anything on marketing yet because of organic. It's really payroll and like engineering costs, and like at this stage a lot of it's like on operational expenses. We call it OpEx, and then basically like salary, making sure everyone's taken care of.
That's awesome.
Some collaborations, just things here and there, but like their main goal at this stage is like we have to develop the product first.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about developing the product, raising money to make the product, getting these people to make the product. I know you for a while. You've been in content creation and stuff like that, and marketing. So once this product is now officially on the App Store, right?
Yep, officially on the App Store.
So now that the app is out, you got to market it.
Sir.
So what are your tactics that you're doing?
Yeah,
to
so
market your app?
the first way we went live was on good old Product Hunt.
Yeah.
We went on Product Hunt. It's like a demo that really understands technology. They're a fan of new things. Also, a lot of them are like our power users. They just love seeing new stuff. We went live there. Ended up being like, I think top 8, like top 10 of the day.
So product, is that like a app store before an app store where
So
they're like,
Product Hunt, you don't have to be an app. You don't have. You can be literally like a GitHub link or you can be anything. It's just like, hey, there's just like new shit we made.
That's
check
cool.
this out.
Check it out.
And you have 24 hours to be like product of the day type thing. So we got a lot of traction there. We started doing organic TikTok on a bunch of our accounts, Instagram Reels. Have some fighters lined up to make more content for us.
Yeah.
Cinematic stuff. Twitter promos, Twitter memes.
So you're not like spending money.
No money yet.
On
No
it.
spending money.
That's
yet.
really cool.
Only money we've spent so far is actually like creating the content. That's it.
Yeah.
So I would consider that more like operational cost because the content we make we can actually like use it forever anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not really like marketing.
I think like a lot of brands and companies don't realize like how powerful making your own content can be.
Yeah. One of the first hires we actually made at Kayyo was called Creator in Residence. So it's basically like having your TikToker in residence. So when you have a crazy fun idea and you want to attack something, you can get that done that day versus having to hit up an agency, do an onboarding call. What are your rates? We'll circle back, and it's like you've lost the moment. So you want to have that done ASAP.
Like ASAP. So, like, what kind of content are you guys making?
So we bucket content in like different ways. So we have like user-generated content that would show like how the punch rush challenge works, which is like how many punches can you throw in X amount of seconds tracked by AI. How does the kit trainer work? Before and afters, like very TikTok Gen Z based. Then we have like cinematic stuff that you would see like on TV. We have memes. So like we try to basically hit every type of content bucket, and our idea is really like whichever one really resonates with that user demo is what we're gonna double down on.
That's awesome. And for those that are listening or whatnot or haven't seen the app yet, what basically is on the app?
Right now on the app we have 2 core experiences. One utilizes the computer vision, which is AI too, but it's like machine learning, and then our AI trainer Kit. So what Kit does is you tell him or her, it's kind of like, androgynous Kit, whatever technology.
They, them.
Yeah, they, them, him, you just tell exactly what you want and it'll be an audio voice coach. What we're actually gonna do though is converge these 2 experiences where...
Wait, so how is that not already converged? Because you just
So it's 2 separate experiences, right? Computer vision and the audio is 2 separate things. Those 2 things will combine. So it's gonna be as easy as setting up your phone. The computer vision tracking you, watching the video of what's going on with Kit, and Kit telling you during the workout as it takes in your inputs, hey shah-ameer, fix that arm. So it feels like your sensei is right there.
Interesting. So how is the audio working right now, and how's it getting the data from you?
Yeah, so right now the audio is you jump in, you click different variables like, hey, I want to do a boxing workout, difficulty, number of rounds, equipment. Then it spits up a brand new unique workout with GPT-3. We use text-to-speech to transform the words, and then boom, we have a unique workout.
That's awesome.
Right now, the way we're really capturing data on that end is more of like product adoption. So it's like, oh, do people like boxing more, punching more, kicking more, whatever? And then we use that data to inform the computer vision on like what new challenges and training we should do. And once we have enough data and technology is ready, we combine them so we can actually provide like form feedback.
So what data points is the computer vision tracking?
So right now it's reps, right? In about a week and a half, it'll be full form.
Reps of what?
Reps of punches right now. Reps of punches, and we can do kicks too. But what's coming out shortly is like feedback on everything. Like, hey, like, are you throwing the perfect jab, the perfect cross, the perfect uppercut? So it'll be like a magic workout.
Wow. So right now it's jabs and kicks.
Straight any punch and kick you can do.
Any
right
punch
now.
and kick.
But we're adding that form analysis on top.
So like anytime you punch, like it'll have a count.
Yeah, it'll count. Hey, you did. If it's correct form, it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's dope. And I know there's like a leaderboard section. So is that how you gamify this app?
Yeah. So we're taking a couple different approaches for gamification. Like gamification in terms of like 1v1 on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
We're also working on like on asynchronous 1v1. So think of like almost like a TikTok duet system where you are about to start your challenge and you get a video surfed to you, like TikTok duet.
Yeah. So you can fight your favorite celebrities.
Yeah. So once their video comes up, I'm boxing, KSI right now. Who can beat each other? There's also gamification within like the levels.
Yeah.
So we're working on a game where like there's 5 levels of the punch rush challenge.
Yeah.
The first one is like, okay, do 10 in like 50 seconds. Then it's like, you do 30 in 50 seconds. Then it's like 150 seconds. Like, can you get through the whole thing?
Yeah.
And then the main thing that I think is going to keep users the longest is you versus you.
Yeah.
Are you progressing over time?
Wow, yeah.
Which I think is like the core value.
Yeah. I think also like another good idea is like achievements. Like, is that what you guys are working on?
It's cooking.
Oh,
bro, because you got lines, right? You know the lines we have? That's
Yeah.
AR technology. We're building, like, we're going to build skins and everything on top of it.
That's awesome.
So if you're like, champion Kayyo, all of a sudden you got like a gold arm.
Wow. Okay. So like people can unlock like skins and stuff like that.
The gaming aspect, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Is it ever pay to play?
Right now we are free. Okay. The instructions when we have like more like coaching stuff, it'll be a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
And if we do any IAPs, it might be like to gain more sessions. I know some people like unlocking new skins.
Yeah.
It really depends what the users want. Because if they don't want it, like, why build it?
Yeah. But is that one way you're thinking about profit and stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
for monetization, it would be primarily monthly subscription and in-app purchases, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. And what was the process like getting on the App Store?
Dude, it was kind of a bitch. Like, you gotta, so development time and bugs and everything. But the main thing is like all of Apple's requirements.
Yeah.
Bro, every 3 seconds we're like, yo, fix this. Yo, fix that.
Yeah.
Yo, do this. It's like the CIA is after you. So, but once we got it done, it was green light on the App Store. It was an amazing feeling. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, what is the end goal you think of this app?
The end goal for Kayyo is to become the default solution for every human being's fitness. So whether you want to be a bodybuilder, powerlifter, soccer player, basketball player, cricket player, anything, you're going to use Kayyo.
So like AI will teach you how to be
AI
better.
coach, yeah. Because AI is more scalable, like software is more scalable than a human being.
Yeah.
So I still believe in, real life things. We might even one day have like Kayyo gyms around the world, right?
Wow, yeah.
But my thing is, and I think Imran agrees, is how can we make fitness the most accessible thing in the world?
That's awesome. That's really cool. And so,
it's actually such a vibe.
Yeah,
everything just clicked to me. Yeah. Everything just clicked to me.
It's such a vibe.
Everything just clicked. Yeah. Like the whole walking nerd. It all made sense.
Yeah, I love it. It's perfect. So, do you ever see yourself going back to content, like
full-time content?
Not full-time content, but like
making content. I dropped like a TikTok last week about like the journey behind Kayyo.
Yeah.
I would love to I miss making content so much. I can't even like describe it. Like, I have a bunch of random videos on my phone, just me recording stuff.
Yeah.
The thing for me is like just bandwidth, and if it's like the best use of my time.
Yeah.
If I could have someone follow me and just edit, and like they can keep all the revenue from the videos, I would do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you miss like the content.
I miss content. I love it. I've always liked storytelling.
Dang.
Like even this, I'm having so much fun. I'm gonna talk about like the process and the journey and sharing my emotions and like what I think about this whole landscape. Yeah, I miss it a lot.
I think it's important because like a lot of people can like even if they're not in the app making space, like just hearing like what the process is like and hearing all the intricacies of
I wish I wish we had a person like Imran vlogged some of our journey in Cupertino when we were in that garage.
Bro, you both are content creators.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. It's crap, bro. We're both not making it. It's like I guess like the superpower of it now is like understanding how content works for like marketing and stuff. But dude, I would love to. I would like if I could have like a D-Rock with me, who's dropping content all the time. I would love that. Because I don't mind. Because like I feel like a lot of people stop doing YouTube because they don't like being from the camera, right? They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Bro, I love that shit. I'll go all day. Yeah. It's more about like okay, now I have to edit editing, all that, filming. Oh, am I in frame? Like is a tripod set up? Like I'm just like.
Bro,
I just want to
you just want to work and then like be on camera.
Exactly, yeah.
Or you can like be on camera by working.
Yeah, like if I just know, hey, just look at this and start talking, I'm good to go. Yeah. Like I don't consider myself like like a filmmaker, videographer. Like bro, I barely know the difference between like a 1.8 aperture and 2.8. Like that kind of stuff. Like I just think like I like storytelling. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, do you ever see yourself? I feel like you should start because like we need like a Kayyo documentary in the future.
Right? No, we need it. I need to figure out. Okay. Maybe in the comments, we'll have some suggestions on how I can do this. Yeah, without maybe I'm just a little bitch. I don't know. Who knows?
No.
Maybe I just gotta suck it up.
Because like you never see like Elon Musk recording himself like vlogging.
Bro,
Tweet,
yeah. Like, I want like maybe I just gotta live stream 24/7 and just have it on.
You think
working?
You think that work?
Maybe Justin TV did like Twitch.
Yeah.
Used to be Justin TV. That's how he started. Just live stream the whole thing.
Okay, so what are some apps that like you look at how they've built themselves, like that inspire you and inspire that creation of your app?
To be honest, bro, like I am not like super. I wasn't ever a tech bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So I never had really like, oh, I want to be like just like them or whatever. Like even if someone asked me like, hey, do you have like any like heroes in technology? I really don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say most of my heroes are like in like the martial arts space.
Like who?
Like George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Khabib, stuff like that. Like I wouldn't consider my hero, but like you know, he's a cool figure. Yeah, like maybe Steve Jobs. Like he was like an innovator who's dope, but like
He's a dick too.
yeah, but like that's the thing. Also, like I think within tech, bro, there's so much dick riding. I'm like, bro, like it's an app. Relax. Like, I know it's sick.
Relax.
Like it's sick. Like Coinbase, Airbnb, like this stuff is like monumental, right?
Yeah.
But like, I would say like one of my two people I really like look up to right now who are also investors are Furkan Ridhan and Uber Theoblad. I always forget to pronounce his last name right. Furkan's a Pakistani guy who was co-founder of AppLovin. IPO'd the company for like $31 billion. Really, really smart dude. Always like has me on my shit.
Yeah.
Makes me like, my favorite thing he told me is, and I think that this applies for like everything in life is, Labib, is this an A+ problem?
What does that mean?
Like, so it's like, when you're focusing on a bunch of things, right? He's like, is this a D+ problem, C+ problem, B+ problem, or A+ problem? If it's not an A+ problem, why are we focusing on it? Because when you focus on the A+ problem, everything gets solved.
Damn.
And that's really shifted so many things for me, especially in the company. Like, it's crazy. And then Uber, he was the founder and CEO of Curse. That was like, it used to be the world's largest content website for League of Legends, World of Warcraft. And he sold it to Twitch. And he's a GP, mentor, keeps us on our shit. So those are like, if I could say I have two like heroes in tech or like I look up to is those two guys.
That's dope. So when you go to like the barber, you're like, yo, that's not an A+ problem, bro.
The barber?
Yeah, like.
And to be honest, the way you look is A+. To be honest, because that's self-confidence, like self-worth. I think that's A+ problem. But like, don't want to bag on my boy, but he was like worried about the logo, right? That's not an A+ problem. You know what I mean?
You don't think the logo of a company matters?
Bro, the logo only matters because of what you do. That's it. No one would care about an apple being bit if the product was shit.
Yeah.
The logo doesn't make the company. The company makes the logo.
Also, that logo has nothing to do with computers.
It's
only, an apple.
It's literally only known, bro. Like, bro, McDonald's is a fucking M.
Yeah.
It's an M, bro. It's two arches like this. They're not even nice. They're like this.
I forgot, but I think it does have meaning. Like I think it's like
fries.
No, it
has. Yeah, you can give things meaning afterwards too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, look, like they sold like 10 billion burgers first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, then it's like, okay, what's the meaning?
Yeah. And like Nike, it's just a check,
bro. Bro, yeah, just like swoosh. Yeah.
Swoosh. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like logos become iconic after the work.
What?
I sound so nasally right now, guys. I'm sorry if I sound that nasally.
Yeah, I think he got sick or something.
Yeah, bro. I just this whole launch week, just been cooking myself too hard.
Yeah. So it just launched, right?
Yeah, like literally, like today's Friday.
Yeah.
We launched on Monday.
Okay. So how many users have you got so far? And like,
we've crossed like I think like close to 2K now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, within like the first couple of days, about like 300 daily active users.
Bro, just like 2 days ago, he was like, yo, someone rated it 4 stars, 3 stars.
I'm serious, no, because like if someone rates it 4 stars or 3 stars, that's on us.
Yeah.
Where did we mess up?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
ever
very
reply,
big
you know
into,
how like the developer replies like, yo, how can we solve it? Like, you know.
Yeah. Do I have something in my nose? I like a booger the whole time. Imagine the whole.
I'll zoom in.
It's like that was there. I know Shah-ameer's not into this out either. This is gonna stay in the video. Me like.
Yeah. It's gonna be the promo.
Hey, bro, that's only in my nose, bro. Question was developer replies, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like we're already getting on it. Like I think we need to. I don't know why it wasn't letting us reply. We have to. I think we have to jump into like the dev account, but basically responding and the bugs are gonna be fixed this upcoming week. Bro, we would ship every day on test flight.
Wow.
Like literally every other day. It's like, yo, like Bugs are being fixed.
Yeah. I know you talk and describe about how you go to San Francisco for like 3 months at a time. Why do you do that?
So going to SF for me, a lot of times.
And what do you do there?
So me and Imran basically go to SF. Damn, this thing in my nose is really bothering me. I don't know what's there. Well, can I check real quick? Is that cool?
Yeah.
On the phone? I'll be right back, guys. Making sure it's not like something sticking out.
Hopefully it's not.
Imagine.
Oh, we'll probably.
No, just me being self-conscious.
Okay.
There's literally nothing.
All right, we'll probably close it out soon because it's been like 30, 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
No way, we're just cooking in here.
Yeah, we've been cooking.
Bro. Dude,
How's
that's
it
how
so
it
far?
is. Bro, I'm having a good time, man.
That's awesome.
I'm missing shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm also just so happy seeing shah-ameer.
Yeah,
Everyone
dude.
calls him a Shimmer, but shah-ameer.
Yeah, because I came to LA and I was like, yo, I gotta hit up.
Bro, when I told me, like, he told me when we were in Arizona, I was like, bro, I gotta see him.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like,
It's been years.
On some no weird shit, like, I have a lot of love for Shah-ameer, Faraz, Ahmed, Dawar, Amber, like, all them people, like, I really like them as human beings, like, really cool people.
Really sweet, bro. And likewise, too.
Yeah, dude, yeah, 100%. And then what we're talking about, like, why we go to SF.
Yeah.
So, why me and Imran go to SF is we treat those like sprints, like missions. So yeah, we're like in our daily lives back home and stuff. But when we go to, SF, it's to be at like Founders Inc., where Furqan and Ubair run. It's like the highest level of density of like bleeding edge technology, right? And we went there during our accelerator. And you have to put yourself in like a training camp, very similar to like a fight camp.
Yeah.
Where you have like.
Damn, that's poetic, bro.
Yeah,
You're going into a fight camp for an app
for 3
for
months.
fighting.
Yeah, bro, because you have these killers around you.
Yeah.
Like, bro, at Founders Inc., Johnny Dallas, he was the youngest engineer in Amazon at 17.
Wow.
Like, these people are cracked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, going in there, I'm like, you have MIT people, everything. And I'm like, bro, I went to community college and a state school. So did Imran. We're two dudes, and our app is like punching. Like, dude, these guys are working like on like DevOps and like all this crazy
curing
stuff.
Cancer and
yeah,
shit.
because we call it's AI, but bro, it's still about punching and kicking.
Yeah.
It's literally about an app about how you're gonna fight. So like,
but I mean, like, I know like how important.
of course, but I'm
right?
saying on like the foundational level, like versus that. So when we go for 3 months, it's like, yo, like, we're gonna be in the zone. This is our time. We're on a mission right now.
Yeah.
And then once you're done, it's like ebbs and flows. All right, chilling. Dive down. Mission time. Crush.
Yeah.
Come out. Yeah. And then go back into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's interesting that your product, right? I think it was like 2014, 2015. I went to a hackathon. You have a hackathon.
Yeah.
So
I had to learn a lot about them.
Yeah.
I judged my first one actually at
Really?
Berkeley.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I had a mad imposter syndrome.
That's awesome.
But I was like, okay, let's do it.
How'd you get that?
One of our friends, he runs like this thing called Sugar Hacks.
Yeah.
So he invited me, Imran, and this guy from Kleiner Perkins to do it. I mean, I'm a quick learner, so I think we're coming together.
It's cool, like seeing like these young people like building something in like 24 hours.
I love it.
Hours.
I think it's such an important trait to have.
Yeah. So I went to my first one ever, and it was me and my friend and like my homeboy, right? And we're both in like early into tech, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right, let's just try this out, right? And for me, I like love video games, so I was like, all right, let me try to make something with the Xbox Connect.
Fire.
Like that was it.
Fire,
like the technology behind the Connect, yeah. So we ended up like randomly just asking people, like we got into a team of 5.
Yeah.
And we just randomly like started asking people like, hey, we need to do this. Like what's this step to this step?
Yeah,
this step to this step.
Smart.
We got like different engineers to help from like Intel, Google, right? They're all there to like help people. And so we just kept asking, right? And so our product was, it was a communication device to read sign language.
Wow.
Yeah, and it'll send a text to the other person.
So it was like sign language to text?
Yeah.
Through computer CV?
Yeah. So
God damn, bro.
Yeah. So
God damn.
Yeah. So we made that in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you guys use, like Google ML Kit, or what do you guys use?
No, we used IBM's what's it called?
Because the Kinetic was like heuristic, right? Like hard coded. It wasn't
it was hard coded.
Yeah.
So the
I'll be learning things, you know.
Yeah. So you know your shit. So that was hard coded.
Yeah.
But we sent everything to IBM's cloud, and then
so they did all the. It wasn't client side. It was all up in. Okay.
It was all in cloud. So then we like you know how like at the end of the hackathons you like demo.
Yeah,
people
demo.
come around.
Yeah.
So
if you guys didn't win first place, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. So unfortunately, like we heard third place, and like it was like this dope ass app, and second place was another app, and then first place they announced our name.
Oh, you got first place?
We won first place, bro. Bro, it was insane.
Dude, that could be a worldwide product now.
Literally, and
where is it?
We actually had investors. It was not that much, but like we had a few investors willing to put like 5,000 each.
That's fire.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fire.
But none of my teammates wanted to like.
It always happens with hackathons. Like dudes want to get like the dub, and they're like, "Oh, I'm done." It was just like it's for my resume.
Yeah, and which helped me get like a shit ton of jobs for my resume.
That's fire.
It was amazing, and like I got a free PS4 out of it.
Sick.
And
bro,
a medal.
but that's such a sick product though, dude.
Yeah, no,
it's very
honestly.
cool.
And then we ended up seeing that like people made like gloves that like do the sign language, and like people have been making it afterwards.
The sensors and everything. Yeah,
sensors. So that's why when I saw your product, I was like, oh, like the computer vision.
It makes sense. Yeah.
And I was like, that's really dope. So like I could relate to it. But yeah, that was like the hackathon.
That's freaking sick, man.
Yeah. And that was like the first time we ever went to a hackathon.
Bro, do you know what's crazy? I've judged a hackathon, but I haven't participated in one yet.
That's awesome. That's how you got to do it, bro. Like rappers will say like, yo, I got rejected from like Harvard, but now I'm like teaching at Harvard.
Hey, low key. So my dream school was USC Marshall School of Business.
Yeah.
Or USC School of Business, like Marshall grad school. I got in. It was too expensive, right? Just way too expensive to pay. I was like, hey, whatever. I get to talk there at a capstone class in April.
Oh shit! Let's go.
I get to do a lecture there.
Let's
in April.
go. That's hype,
that was my dream school of going.
That's
my dream
hype.
school.
All right, it's getting late. We have our friends waiting for us.
Yeah, we're at the Hookah Lounge.
Yeah, we're at the Hookah Lounge.
Let us know what we should order.
Yeah.
Bond mint.
Bond mint. Blue mist.
Yeah.
Like what? But if there's anything you can give to audience or whoever like inspiration from your journey, what could you give them?
Honestly, I'll keep it simple. Just tell yourself, why not you? If you see people like killing it in a space that you want to kill it in or accomplish something, if you're watching this like interview right now and I'm not shit to be honest, and you're like, hey, how can I like do something similar to him? Just tell yourself, why not you? Because everyone's just like a normal person. Yeah, just why not you? Why not you?
Fire. Thank you so much, Labib. This was so fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, seriously. Hopefully the audio's fine. I'm gonna try my best to like edit, but
we should be good.
Yeah, we should be good.
But it's fun in distractions.
Yeah.
Like
no,
dude,
this is like a dope ass set.
This is a freaking set.
Yeah, literally. We were like, because we were here earlier and we were like, dude, the audio's too loud.
Yeah.
And then Ahad came clutch and he was like, yo, come to this room. And then
this is sick.
It's perfect.
This is a magical moment.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to listen early or listen to the bonus episodes, patreon.com/shimmerwali.
Sure.
Go there, and thank you so much for listening. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.
Let's go.